Slides and the script for tonight's training are posted on the ERC website, so if you'll open up the ERC website and open up the slides, we'll start with slide 1. Whether your organization is using 2-meter or UHF, which is 70 centimeters, or FRS or GMRS or any other radio system for emergency communications, the question is how do you get the most out of the equipment that you have? Let's go to slide 2. First of all, let's look at some of the strengths and weaknesses of each of them. The frequencies at VHF and above are generally considered line of sight propagation, which generally means if you can see it, you can generally communicate with it. But as with any rule, there are exceptions. VHF frequencies can bend a little bit on the Earth's curvature. UHF frequencies will work better in buildings and are more line of sight than VHF. That being said, the biggest challenges come with the equipment and FCC rules. To slide 3. So let's start with the very popular FRS radio. They require no license. They're very popular and most everyone knows how to quote them, but they are very limited in power. The older models have half a watt and the newer models have 2 watts, and they have a fixed antenna, so you're not able to upgrade to a better antenna. To get the most out of your FRS radio, you need to kind of figure out which direction your signals are coming from and in which direction you want to send them to make sure that your antenna is facing those directions. And if you can, get to a higher spot and always know and follow the FCC rules. Let's move to slide 4. GMRS radios are also very popular, but they do require a license. But with that license, there come a lot of benefits. The first big benefit is that your license can be used by your, quote, immediate family, which by FCC definition is a very broad definition. You can use up to about 50 watts of power, so you can link, and you can also link to repeaters, which gives you a lot more coverage. And you can use the best antenna system you can afford. Now, GMRS, like all UHF frequencies and VHF frequencies, are line of sight. So the higher your antenna, the better your coverage, better coverage your signal will have. Now, commercial and business radio systems usually work on the UHF band of frequency, but some have different rules as to the equipment you can. So always know and follow the FCC rules for the system you use. Let's move to slide 5. VHF 2-meter licensed amateur radios have the most ways to increase your signal. These limits are mostly limited by your pocketbook. You can use up to 1,500 watts of power, and you can put the biggest antenna along within the FCC limits that you can afford. However, for most of us, this is not reasonable. Still, as with any radio system, the better the radio, the better the antenna system, and the higher you can put your antenna, the better you can cover your area. Move to slide 6. Some of the suggestions: first of all, know your chosen system, its strengths and its weaknesses. If you can, find an elder that can advise you on your chosen system. Work within your budget and within the FCC rules to put together the best system you can. And practice, practice, practice. Move to slide 7. This is KE7THQ. Are there any questions, comments, or anything for this training at this time? Please come now with your call sign. Nothing heard. This is KE7THQ. Back to net control.